Alright people, today I'm going to show you how to speed up and optimize your computer. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to get rid of a lot of your junk files that you have in your computer. This is one of the main reasons why people's computers seem to run slow. Your computer needs a certain amount of memory in order for it to operate to full efficiency. So what I want you to do is go to the internet and go to this website right here, download.com. Download.com. Now, when you get here, there's two programs that I want you to download. The first program is called CCleaner. CCleaner is a very good and very useful program. It gets rid of all the junk files that's on your computer. Now, I already have this installed and saved on my computer, so I want you to download and install that. Now, another program that I want you to install on your computer is Smart Defrag. And this is another useful program. I also have this saved and installed on my computer. Both of these programs are free, no trial, none of that BS. They're free programs that work. Now, after you have both of these programs installed on your computer, the first thing I want you to do is open up CCleaner. Now, when you open up CCleaner, you're going to see all these options. Some of these are going to be automatically checked by default, like temporary internet files, history, and this stuff right here really builds up after a while, just never cleaning it. But click on the application tab if you have more than one web browser, and Firefox right here, I have the saved information unchecked because I don't want none of my passwords and stuff that I have saved on the Firefox to be deleted. So anything you don't want to be deleted, like passwords or cookies or your download history, if you don't want that stuff to be deleted, then simply just uncheck it. Now, after you have everything checked that you want to be deleted, click Run Cleaner. Okay, after that complete, it's going to tell you how much memory was actually recovered. Right now, it wasn't a lot, 14 megabytes, not too much, but another cool feature about CCleaner is it has a registry cleanup. Now, with the registry cleaner, what you want to do is everything should be checked. Click Scan for issues. It's going to find all the issues that are wrong with your registry cleaner. I have no issues, but if you have issues, simply click Fix Issues. It's going to ask you for a backup. You want to back up the files. You can back them up if you choose to. I usually click No, then click Fix All Issues. Now, another thing you may want to do is click on Tools and Startup. Sometimes you may have programs that automatically start up when you start your computer up, like Yahoo Messenger and AIM and stuff like that. What you do is whatever you don't want to cut on when your computer cut on, it slows down your time for your computer to actually, for you to use it. Like AIM, I don't want this to cut on every time my computer cut on. So you simply highlight it and click Disable. Same thing for Yahoo Messenger, Disable. And any other programs you have, that make sure it's a program you know. If you're not certain what it is, then don't click it, because you don't want to disable your antivirus program and not be protected or something like that. Now, after you're done the startup, go to uninstall, and any programs you do not use that's just taking up space on your computer, simply just click it and uninstall it. Some of you already know how to uninstall programs, but I met people who don't know how to uninstall any programs whatsoever. So I'm going to uninstall my Yahoo toolbox. I never do it. So you simply just click it, highlight it, run uninstaller, yes. And now it's going to uninstall my Yahoo toolbar because I never use it. It's just taking up space. And uninstall complete. Alright, so we went through the CC cleaner. Now we're going to go through smart defrag. Smart defrag, you can actually can do two things. You can choose it to defrag your computer, or you can choose it to do to optimize your computer. They have a fast optimize and deep optimize, or you can just defrag only. Defrag frees up a lot of space on your computer. It's also something useful if you had your computer for 3, 6 months, or years and you've never done this. But simply just click defrag, just click start, or you can go to a fast optimize, hurry up optimize and speed up your computer. It also has an auto defrag system where while you're on here, it defrags your computer while you're actually doing things. It's another feature it has that helps speed up your computer. And you don't have to keep this open right here. You can click X and it still runs in the background. That's one little feature I like about this computer. Now another thing you have that's already installed on your computer is a program called Disk Cleanup. This comes automatically with the Windows. Now what you want to do is you want to click Start tab, go to All Programs, go to Accessories, go to System Tools, and Disk Cleanup. And depending on how much stuff you have, it might take longer to load. And this is basically a whole bunch of junk files, kind of like what CC Cleaner does. Error, temporary files, recycling bin. You do have to actually empty your recycling bin, or it just builds up. It's like not, if you just leave it in there, it's like not deleting it at all. So after you click everything you want to be deleted, usually all this right here be junk file. Click OK. Delete files. And depending on how much stuff is being deleted, depending on how long it's going to take. If you have a lot of stuff, it's going to take a long time. Another thing that's also on your computer that you can use is defrag. Yeah, I know you have a smart defrag, but you also have a regular defrag on your computer. So simply click the Start tab, All Programs, Accessories, System Tools, or Maintenance, depending on what version of Windows you're running, and defrag. Simply just have it highlighted on your hard drive or checked, whatever. And I'm already running defrag. So simply click it and click Start. I'm already running it, so it's canceling right now, but you get the whole concept. Now those are just some of the features and some of the things you can do to make your computer run fast. Now another reason why people's computers are automatically slow is that you might have an old computer. So one thing you might want to do is check your computer specs. Check what's actually under the hood in your computer. And one of the ways you can do that is simply going to My Computer and check and see how much memory your computer has. See, I have 478 gigabytes free out of 683 gigabytes. That's a lot of memory. But some older models don't have this big of a hard drive. I mean, if you have like a 30 gig hard drive and you're taking up about 20 gigs, your computer is not going to run fast with it might run fast and it might not, but 10 gigs of memory, I don't think that's enough. I think your computer needs about 15 gigs for it to run efficiently. Your computer will pop up and tell you when you run defrag if you have too much stuff taken up. That's one of the reasons, if you don't have a lot of free space and free memory. Now another thing is your RAM memory, and if you press Control Alt and Delete and click Task Manager, I don't know if it popped up on here because it's different on Windows 7. Click Task Manager. If you're running Windows 7, press Control Alt Delete and click Task Manager. It should be the last thing you should select. It shows your programs that you're running. You can go to End Now to end it, and Processes. And this right here is Processes. This is your RAM. This is everything that's being used up by your computer right now. All this right now. This is going to become real important and play in a second. Now, RAM memory is very important for your computer to have, for the simple fact, the more RAM you have, the more functions and things you can do. So to check your RAM, go to Control Panel, and if you're like this in large category, category, simply click category, put on large icons. But you want to get to a system, so I want you to click on your system. Now, as you see, I'm running Windows 7 Home Premium. E-machines, now that processor, this is important. I have an AMD dual processor. Now, if you have a single processor, you're not going to be able to do multiple things at once. So if you're going to buy a computer, make sure you have a dual processor or Intel Core processor. Intel Core processors are the best processors. Now, I'm running 64-bit operating system, and I have 6 gigabytes of RAM, which is a lot of RAM memory. Now, this is why I say this comes in play. Now, this is all being used this is all right here. This is gigabytes. See, I got Camtasia running. It's using 100,000 gigabytes, and I think it goes. I could be wrong, but 1,000 gigabytes equals 1 megabyte, and 1,000 megabytes equals 1 gigabyte, and 1,000 gigabytes equal 1 terabyte. So if I have 6 gigabytes of RAM, all the programs that I'm using, this cannot exceed over 6 gigs of RAM. And as you see, a lot of these programs, I never seen a program that takes up a gig of RAM to use. But I mean, if you're running like 250 megabytes of RAM, that's all your computer have on its system, and you have 250 megabytes of RAM on your system, and when you cut your computer on, you're using up a gig, your computer is going to run really slow. So I would advise either buying a new computer or updating your RAM. Updating your RAM is not hard to do. It's actually very simple to update your RAM. I'm going to have a tutorial on that, really soon. So this is just some of the things with your computer, speed it up, a little information and stuff like that. So if you're running an older model XP or something like that, your computer's going to be slow. Windows 7, you should have a good computer. If you buy a new computer, make sure it has at least, I would recommend 2 to 3 gigs of RAM. Always make sure you have a dual processor, Intel Core, so you can do multiple things at once. And it's just some things that should speed up your computer. Hope you like my tutorial, and thanks, people.